was thinking about a couple of additional reasons as to why people don't deal with problems. I was looking at a situation that came to the mainstream media regarding a couple of court cases that had been ongoing. One of them was involving abuse and another was involving murder. And by the time you guys hear this audio, the cases would have been settled already. And it involves, the mindsets of some people that are involved. There are a couple of audios that I have on my track list here, and they involve the denial of the people that are in the immediate circle of the people that are on trial. I mentioned denial and how strong of an influence that is. It can damage people. If you ignore the behaviors of people around you, you'll wind up in a courtroom, no doubt. And you might not think it's a big deal when someone is small and they exhibit behaviors that are damaging. You're going to wind up in a courtroom. You're either going to wind up in a courtroom or you're going to wind up talking to somebody on the other side of plexiglass, or you're going to wind up putting dirt on top of them. And you don't see it now, you don't think it's a big deal, but it's going to wind up a big deal. And you're going to just wind up going to have to just mentally prepare yourself for it. And turning a blind eye to it's just not going to help the situation. So when that day comes, just be prepared for whatever consequences to occur. That's it. And unfortunately, that's what happened in the case of both of these people. They were surrounded by people who were either in denial of it, or because they had so much money and power and influence over the people around them that they turned a blind eye to the situation. And a lot of people got hurt. And lives were damaged. These people were allowed to get away with a lot of things. And now you've got the whole world looking at them, not only them, but the people around them. And they have damaged the lives of people around them just because folks weren't paying attention. Refused to pay attention, were in complete denial, refused to acknowledge the consequences of the potential damage. Because they were probably being financially supported by these people, or did not want to accept the fact that this person had problems that need to be addressed. And they're probably going to be locked up for the rest of their life. And that's probably the best thing for them. For some people, it's the best thing for them. Because if they don't, and they're let back out, if they don't wind up taking someone else's life, someone else is going to take their life. So sometimes it's best for them. These people, unfortunately, when they get to the point where they do not want to accept the fact that someone is in that level of trouble, and they've probably been told by others, have been shown overwhelming amounts of evidence, and refuse to accept this amount of evidence, there's no hope for them. They're at that level of denial. They just need to be left alone. They just need to see the facts for what they are. There's no hope for them. They're going to have to suffer the consequences right along with them. They're going to have to suffer the punishment right along with the perpetrator. And it's a hurtful thing. They're going to have to spiritually go to jail right along with the person who's going to jail. They're going to have to go in the grave spiritually right along with the person who is going in the grave, because they're there, you know. And it's a sad thing because it's a waste of a life. But nobody can reach them. They refuse to listen. They refuse to see. And it hurts others because it's like you try so hard to show them. You know, a lot of you probably see this in your family. You see this in your family where you have that one family member who is just determined that that one person is a certain way, and everybody else sees that that person is headed for disaster. But you have that one family member that says, no, they're not like that. No, they're not like that. No, they're not like that. And then when the shit finally hits the fan, they still refuse to believe. And when the gavel goes down or that coffin goes into the ground, they still refuse to believe. And it's like, wow. But see, by that time it's too late. Because, see, everybody else is still out here. They still have other people in their life. And by that time, the damage is already done because all the people that are around them, they don't want to have anything to do with them anymore because, see, they damage relationships with everybody else for the sake of this one person. They throw relationships away with other people just to give themselves up for this one person. They've thrown away their entire life and the lives of other people for one person because of their delusion of one person, because of their denial of one person's condition. They've thrown it away. Okay? And now they're stuck here with everybody else. And those people have negative feelings about them now. See, they don't want to be bothered with that person now. Oh, well, such and such needs you. Big Mama needs you now. No, Big Mama didn't want to have anything to do with me when I tried to tell Big Mama about little JoJo. Little JoJo was nothing but trouble. Little JoJo stayed in and out of jail. Little JoJo stole money from her, but she didn't want to get little JoJo no help. She was always putting her house up and putting her money up and doing all this for little JoJo. She put Mr. Maurice out of the house. Mr. Maurice was a good man. But Mr. Maurice put JoJo out of the house, so she turned around and she divorced Mr. Maurice because Mr. Maurice put JoJo out of the house because JoJo was stealing out of the house. Mr. Maurice wasn't going to put up with that, so she turned around and she divorced Mr. Maurice. Mr. Maurice was a good man. Had a good man take care of her. That was the last time she had a good man, and another man wouldn't touch her. She had a good life, good finances, had to struggle, had to leave the house, couldn't keep the house, lost her job because of little JoJo. Always had to leave work because JoJo was always in some kind of trouble. Always getting shot, always getting stabbed. Always getting in trouble with the law, always had a problem with the job. The one house that she did own, she wound up putting it up a couple of times and lost it because she was always putting it up for bond for little JoJo, paying lawyers. Family members borrowing money, couldn't pay it back. Then eventually little JoJo went out one night and never came home, but that wasn't an issue for her because little JoJo always went out and never came home. When 2 days passed, 3 days passed, and he didn't show up, she started asking questions, and nobody had seen him. Asked the little girls he ran around with. Asked the first baby mama, the second baby mama, third baby mama. Nobody heard anything. And then the fourth baby mama with the baby on the way came around and asked about him. Then she began to worry. Then on the fourth day, police came to the house. It was 2 counties over. Little JoJo was dead. Got into a fight with another guy because he was over at another woman's house. The guy found them together and killed them. So now she got to bury little JoJo. She got to put little JoJo in the ground. Her world had crumbled with little JoJo. See, by that time, she had borrowed money from several family members and never gave it back. Cussed out other family members when she told them years ago that little JoJo needed therapy, that little JoJo needed to be placed on medicine for his behaviors because it was a mild case back then. That JoJo needed some spiritual help as well. That JoJo needed to be told the truth about who his real father was because, see, Big Mama knew, but Big Mama never told him. Big Mama kept secrets from little JoJo, see. And also, Big Mama also lied to little JoJo about where his mother really was. Told little JoJo his mother was dead when his mother was alive. See, Big Mama wasn't an angel. That was another reason why she fell out with the family. So on top of the fact that she idolized, so to speak, little JoJo, and the family didn't like that, they also didn't like the fact that she deceived little JoJo. Big Mama wasn't an angel. So here's her so-called pride and joy, putting him in the ground and burying him with the few dollars that she did have. Big Mama goes home, and there's the repast. Then finally, she decides a week later, sitting alone in the house, and she decides she wants to start calling everybody and asking how everybody's doing, and she gets voicemails. Finally, one person picks up the phone, a cousin she grew up with. And she said, man, everybody seems pretty busy nowadays. And the cousin says, yes, they are. I just wanted to see how everybody's doing. The cousin very politely tells her, she said, everybody's doing what they've been doing, and that's living life. Big Mama's oblivious and doesn't even understand what's going on. Nobody's been coming by to check up on me. Okay. See, now she wants the attention of the family members that she didn't pay much attention to before. See, it doesn't matter that little JoJo's in the ground now and that her life has crumbled. See, she's already hurt too many people. Too many people have been hurt. So what? JoJo is gone. Look at all the pain that has been caused prior to the death. That pain doesn't just go away because JoJo's gone. Doesn't matter how many people you put in the ground until you make an effort to fix the pain that was caused. It's not going to go away on its own. So until you do that, the pain will remain. So chalk that up as a lesson, people, and keep that in mind. So to those of you who are still in denial about that one that you idolize so much and that you're throwing your family members away on, a day is going to come where that one that you idolize is no longer going to be around for you. And you're going to have to deal with everybody else. So watch how you treat them. Okay? Peace to you.